here is what I was thinking. We could come back down, down here. And let me just double check that I'm on tiny, yeah. And do some actual branch mining down here. I did do a check in the wiki to find out about gold. And it said that gold was found in the bottom, I think they said 27 layers, which means we need to get down to bedrock. And if you remember, this little drop hole leads to a room that we created for slimes to spawn in. So I think that what we could do here is to create a branch mine. Now, in my other world, I had it going out this way, but I'm almost wondering if we couldn't go this way and this way instead, because that way we don't screw around with this thing. So let's just see. Now, actually, no, I'm going to go this way because I did discover a little bit of gold, but quite a number of diamond in here. So if I come in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's here and here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I'll show you my branch mining technique. I start with a doorway that is 2 blocks wide and 3 blocks tall. And because we want this to go both ways, let's just come right on over and make the other door right here. Just like that. Okay. And we'll pop 2 torches on the inside so that we can see it while we're inside. Alright, we'll work on this one later. The second step is this is going to become the branch, the main hub or the main trunk. And we'll work on that in a second. But let's do something over here. I want to create a little area over here that we can get set up as a little base. This big open area will still suffice in being able to spawn slimes. But at the same time, we want to have a centrally located area that we can deposit stuff and build stuff without having to go all the way up. And this is generally what I like to use. Not always in this order, but I like to start with 2 chests, a workbench, and at least 4 furnaces for smelting, so that if I get iron ore or gold ore, I can be smelting it while I'm continuing with the branch mines. Well, anyways, this, like I said, this doorway is going to become the main hub. And I have got this sweet pickaxe. And because it's enchanted, it seems to cut through dirt about as fast as it cuts through stone. So I am not going to worry about getting some kind of a shovel or an enchanted shovel, just because taking the time to go back and forth, shovel, pickaxe, just takes too long. So what I like to do here is just go quite a distance in, and with one of these pickaxes, if you were to walk right up to the wall, it allows you to dig straight in 4. And what I like to do is to do that 3 times. I have got my brightness in Minecraft turned all the way up. And if we do that, you can dig through 3 times before it gets to be a bit too dark. Okay? Hi, honey. How are you?
Good.
Good.
I finished.
Okay. I want you to do quiet things upstairs, okay?
Okay. And
All
do you
right.
want the rest?
Oh, sure. Thank you. Okay. So this was 4 times or I'm sorry, 3 times 4, so that's 12 plus the opening is 13 before we pop a torch on the ground. This is adequate lighting for that distance. So again, I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it a second time. And look at this, we're already beginning to find goodies. Do it again. Alright, and pop a torch. Alright, I'm going to do this 2 more times. 1, 2, there's 3, and then this will be the end here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is as far back as I like to bring it. Okay, then we will take out all the way back to the beginning. So this one's a little easy. Okay. You can see, here we go. Here's some gold. This is great, enough to get us started. That was lapis lazuli, that blue stuff. We're going to make use of that later on after we finish our railroad, because we are going to make use of Easterly Island as the place that we can get a hold of all the sand that we'll ever need to create glass, or just sand. So that'll be good. And there we go, we just broke through. Okay, so then the last piece is just to open it up 3 high. Alright, why 3 high? I mean, we are only 2 high. Why 2 wide? We're only 1 wide. Well, again, this is a branch mine. And the whole idea with a branch mine is that you want to take out as much rock and stone as possible without missing any. Well, if we add the extra box of height, it gives us 1 extra block above that we can be looking for goodies. Alright, why 2 wide? That's because as these things grow, you don't want to get lost. Okay, so the 2 wide hallways, alright, are your main corridors in these things. Alright, so now that this guy is done, I'm going to put 2 torches centrally located at the top of the end of the hallway. Okay, so way down there at the beginning, and I don't know if I go to far, let's see if I could see them. Okay, let's go way back here and see if we can see them. Yeah, we can. So way down at the end, you can actually see 2 torches mounted sideways. Okay, I only do that at the mouth or the entrance to the mine. You see that? So that way, if I am halfway down here and I happen to come out of one of my branches, I just look down here and say, oh, that's the dead end. Or back this way, oh, that's where I came from. Okay? Alright, I'm going to go back to tiny, just because it makes working down here a lot easier. Alright, now the next step to get started, and here, let me take a pause here. I think they did something new to this. Way long ago, it used to be that if you walked upon or tapped upon redstone, it would light up. Well, now not only does it seem to light up, but even these pieces seem to light up. And that's kind of nice when you're out in the middle of nowhere. It kind of shows up easy. Okay, so now that you've got your trunk ready, now you want to start the actual branches. And what I like to do is to come in 1 on the right-hand wall and pop in my first doorway. Again, 3 high, okay? But on the opposite side, I like to come in 2. So the first one on this side would come in here. And I'll talk about why I do that in a second. But let's come over here. So if this is our first entryway, the next one down, you have to be careful here. I have seen some people say you come over here 3 and you build it right here. Well, the problem with that is that this doorway would let you see this block and that block. All right, so this block would be looked at from this side. Now, this doorway would let you see that block and that block. But what about this block? You'd have an entire wall you completely missed checking. If you go every 2, or in other words, your doorways were every 1, 2, 3, this doorway will see this block, this doorway will see this block, and you'll have all of them covered. So what I want to do now is just come through every 2, and actually I'll just go sideways, every 2, and dig a doorway to save us some time later. And a pretty Minecraft music. Now, depending on which side you start on, when you get to the end of the trunk, here we are, something's going to happen. Sometimes I end right here. This time it looks like it's going to be right here on the dead end. So now I'm going to come in here to my torches, and after I pick up the goodies, I'm going to pop a torch in the mouth of every one of these openings. Okay, this is going to keep the branch mine safe. Alright, so you need a lot of torches when you're doing branch mining. What you don't want to happen is to have a branch mine that is dark. Because even if it's a tunnel you're done with, and I'll show you what we do in that regard, you don't want places for the bad guys to spawn. So while you're doing your mining, the bad guys are coming to get you. Okay, so now we'll do the other wall, and it's the same thing. Every 2 blocks, you're going to put a doorway. Skip 2, doorway. Skip 2, doorway. Skip 2, doorway, and so on.
What are you making?
This is a branch mine because I need to get some more supplies, some more resources. So I'm getting it set up so that then I can really go to town here. Okay.
What happened to the pickaxe?
Oh, my pickaxe, this particular pickaxe is enchanted. It's like it had some magic added to it. Okay, now I'll leave that alone for a minute and I'll come back to that. Okay. Yeah, we're almost to the end of the trunk now. Whoops. And now look at this one here. This one's going to be a little closer to the corner. Okay. Alright, come back in. We'll add our torches. Need to do some eating too in a minute. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look here now. This lava stops here because I can see stone. Come over here, it stops here. But over here, I can actually see under there. So this tells us that that lava runs around the way. Okay, now I don't know if I have any, no, I didn't find any yet, of the gravel. So what I'm going to try to do is get in here, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, no, it's not. Okay, so for now, I'll just put 1 piece of cobble in there so I can pop my torches. Now, as we pop the torches on the second side, we can get rid of these torches that we put on the floor in the main hallway. These torches come in handy too.
What's that blue stuff over there?
That's called lapis lazuli. And honestly, the only real purpose it has is when we want to create dyes, like to color wool, and that's about it. We're going to have a whole episode on doing colored wool sometime in the future. I don't know, sometime in the future. Okay, perfect. All right, so this trunk and set of mines is ready to go to town. So I'm going to show you how I would do one right now.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So if you remember, we were able to go dig at one shot 4 through before it would no longer work. And then we were able to dig through 3 of those before we popped a torch on the ground. Well, I want to do the same thing here. And I do that 3 times so that this will become the 4th torch. So again, I'm not going to start at the top. I'm going to start right in the middle and let it go all the way. See, I can't do any more than 4 in one shot. Okay, then you count them off. That's 1. There's 2. And then that's at the end of the 3rd one that you toss a torch on the ground. So as we come up, we'll toss the torch. Alright, so now we do this 2 more times. So there's 1. Well, here's some redstone. Then we go 2. And here's our last one, 3. Oh, now we're getting into gravel. Also notice how fast it does the gravel. I love these enchanted pickaxes. Alright. So then we'll come in and toss another torch, and then one last time. Now look, we know that there's some here. If you're good, you can, and it doesn't really work on dirt. If you were to do it over here, if you could dig through this gravel and pop a torch right there, it would immediately take care of all of those. I'm not going to worry about it here because this thing really eats through it. There it goes. And again, we're just going to count them out. So that was 1. There's 2. And here's our last one. Okay, so now we're at the end of this little branch. But again, we want to go 3 high. So standing back a little, never dig directly above you. Standing back a little, dig out that top one, swing yourself around, and then again, not walking directly under, walk your way back out. And we're just going to walk all the way out so that this branch is also 3 high to match the trunk. Then we can go through and see what this branch gave us. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to head back in. And my first stop is going to be where the ceiling fell out because of all of that gravel. So look at this. We've got some lapis up here. So before we fill in, I want to grab this lapis. Okay, and look, over here, there's more lapis. So let's see if we can't get that. And sometimes we can jump up. Alright, do we see any more? Doesn't look it. Alright, so now as you're doing your mining, you're going to come upon a ton of this gravel. So I use the gravel to just kind of fill in all these holes. Again, why? Because it allows you to keep these things safe. Alright, so then you just come back to the back end, turn around, and then slowly walk your way. I'm not holding the W down. I'm just kind of press, 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 press. And as I'm doing that, notice my crosshair is centered. It's not down here, it's not up here. It's kind of right in the middle. So that as I'm going down, I can be staring top, bottom, left, and right. And as I come upon something that I think is worthwhile, like this redstone, I'll take the time and mine it out. And it looks like that might be it. So once you get it all, then again, don't leave the holes. Because even though you've got these torches in, if your holes get too big, coal is a great example. It could create pockets of blackness.
And bad guys.
And then the bad guys come in. Alright, now this particular run didn't seem to give us much. So now, as you're done, all right, these aren't natural caves, so the one bad guy you're not going to get
Creeper.
are cave spiders.
Although.
And cave spiders have the ability of getting you through a hole that's just one block big. So when you're done and you've exhausted one of these branches, just block it off. So this piece of cobble is going to keep any kind of bad guy that might spawn in there away from you.
You need to eat.
I do. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come out here for a second. Yeah. I am going to eat. It'll help me regain that little half heart that I somehow lost too. There we go. So in a second my half heart should come back. Good. All right, and then before I go in again, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to see if we can't reorder. That's because I ate the rotten flesh and it's telling me that I'm going to be hungry for another 16 seconds. All right, I'm going to bring down here some of the stuff that I've been collecting. Actually, no. I like to keep the cobble right here. And actually, I don't think I'm going to use shovels. So let's actually do this. All the stuff that we could find down here, I'm going to bring down here. Okay, now one thing we haven't found yet are diamonds. So as we pick up them, we'll be able to get an idea of what the count is. If I happen to notice one of these hit 64, I'll hop back out, excuse me, and rearrange. And actually, what I might do over in this chest is get rid of some of this stuff that we're not going to need right now. Like that. And then over in this chest, we'll start with offloading some of the extra cobble that we're not going to need. And some of this extra stuff too. Okay, so you can see all the goodies that we found already. And really, this was just in creating the trunk and the first branch. Okay, now let's look at this for a second. I'm going to take this blocker out for a second. Earlier I said I stagger the hallways so that they're not directly across. And again, if I go back to far for a second, here's why. As I'm in this hallway, I can see that torch. So if you stick yourself to far, you can see there's the second, third, and the fourth. You see that? Now, if this hallway was directly across from the other hallway, you would also see the torches down that other hallway, and that might get you confused. So since really the only thing you have to be careful of is that there were 2 blocks between, you're safe. Now over here we didn't have to worry about it because it was just 1. Over here there's 2, but look, we've got a room over here. So we've already taken care of a little bit of it. And if we wanted to, we could create another corridor here, then skip to another corridor here, etc. and work our way down. Okay? Alright, so this one's shut down, so I'm going to pop one in there. And now I'm just going to go to town with some more branch mining. I'm going to speed this up. If I come across something cool like diamond, I'll take a breather and talk to you. Okay? Alright, I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I just finished another branch, and it was a good reason. You may have seen I ran into some lava through here. This is why the way I do this is I stand here and I dig all the way through. Instead of dig, walk, dig, walk, dig, walk, dig, walk. You do that, you find yourself falling right in the lava, dying, and losing everything you just mined. Well, look at this. Got some diamond right here. Tons of coal. And look up here. More diamond. So, we'll start down here. We'll do our little walk. Looks like this diamond is the first one. So what do we got? There's 2 diamond. Oh, look at this. 3 more. And then let's just be certain. Never know. Guess not. Alright, before we fill in, let's see. Look at that. 5 diamond. I'm going to swap it out for this bit of cobble that's down here. Actually, let's do this. So diamond is our most precious, followed by iron, followed by gold, redstone, and lapis. Okay? So now we'll just come in here and fill in all the holes. There we go. Now we're going to come up here to a pretty nice chunk of coal. Okay. Let's grab this. Oh, there's some more over here. Alright, looks good over there. Looks like we got it all over there. Okay. Let's fill that in. There's another reason to fill in addition to getting rid of your dark pockets. It gets rid of some of your cobble, because if you keep it on you, you'll notice you're starting to increase in it, and you're going to run out of space in your inventory. So it'll keep you in the mines a little bit longer if you do that too. Alright, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, oh, look at this. 3, 4, 5. 5 with a little more, let's see. Nope. 5 with a little more coal. See, we're fairly close to bedrock down here. We'll do an F3 check in a second. Like I said, I came down here because of its positioning in the area that the wiki said you can find gold. Sophia, I hope you're not making messes. There we go. Okay, now we'll continue our walk. And it looks like our next find is right here. Now, over here was where we ran into that lava. So I'm going to start with the 2 far ones, just in case. And maybe this one. Just in case the lava's back. Yeah, see, look at that. The lava's back there. Okay, maybe I can get this one. No, burned up. Okay, you gotta be careful of the lava. I cannot tell you how many times I have died in the mine because of lava. And then, like I said, lost all the good stuff that I had been mining. And there's lots of pools of lava down here. So you gotta be careful. Alright. Sophia, I want you to cool it on eating, okay? I had a nice dinner for you. You had a lot to eat, so don't eat anymore. Okay. Alright, look at that. So that was a pretty darn good branch. I want to just toss a quick torch in here. just to make sure. I think, yeah, that was a nice little pocket. Okay. And we need to grab some more cobble down here. Here we go. And there it is. The end of another branch. Alright, so look at that. We're up to 10 diamonds already. So actually, maybe what we can do is take a jaunt back here and start getting rid of some of these preciouses.
You're up to 10 diamonds.
And we are getting some coal. So I think what we'll do here is we'll split up the coal. And we'll split up our ores. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we'll offload these. Alright, just so they're safe and we don't lose them. And then again, make the mine work for you. Get in the habit of smelting as you're mining. It'll just save you time later. Alright, it takes time to mine, so you might as well take advantage of that time any way you can. Now look at this. We're almost done with this one. We're going to have to crack into that one. But, hey, not bad. Not bad at all.